Very good morning, students. I hope you all are well. In Organization of Commerce and Management, Lesson 1, we have completed some topics, and from previous video, we have started functions of management. Among all these functions of management, I had explained you planning, and today I am going to explain the other functions of management. Second function, organizing. Organization is a structure for the assignment of authority and responsibility among individuals working for the achievement of common objective. Now, organization is structure where responsibility and authority is delegated as more people are working together for achievement of common objective. Let me tell you what is responsibility and authority. Responsibility is assigning task, assigning any work, and authority is giving some powers to complete the assigned task. Objectives, policy, program, etc. are decided through planning. While executing plan, organization structure is formed. Now in planning, objectives, policy, program, layout of plan is decided, while for executing all those plans, organization is must. For that, organization structure is formed, yes, where number of people will get their responsibility and authority, and after getting responsibility and authority, they will execute the plan. This is the example of organization. Like at the top, board of director is assigning responsibility and authority to general manager, and general manager is delegating some responsibility and powers to different departments, and so on. Departmental heads are giving responsibility and authority to their subordinates. So this way organization structure is formed. The activities of business are divided among different sections and various groups of people, as we have seen in organization structure. Organization is distribution of authority and responsibility among these sections, and groups get clarified with the formation of organization structures. Issues like who will supervise, who have authority and responsibility of work, and interrelationship among individuals. Like we can see in this organization structure that general manager is accountable to board of director. Yes, he has to answer board of director. The same way departmental heads are answerable to general manager. So this way we can see who are superior and who are subordinates. Planning is brain of business unit, while organization is physical structure. The function of brain in the human body is to take intellectual decisions, while its implementation is done by various organs of body. If we talk about human body, the function of brain is to take intellectual decision, yes, while implementation is done by different organs. In the same manner, the function of planning in the business unit is to take intellectual decision. In order to implement these decisions, organization structure is must. Yes, where work will be distributed, authority and responsibility will be delegated among employees so they can start work. Then third function is staffing. That is very much clear that we are talking about our staff, our human resource. Employees are arms and legs, that is limbs of unit. According to Dr. George Terry, staffing is concerned with availing and maintaining satisfactory manpower. In organization, employees are treated as valuable asset. Yes, they are limbs of unit. And according to Dr. George Terry, staffing is concerned with appointing staff and after appointment we have to maintain them in firm. Yes, where there is business organization, there will be existence of staff. Without staff, firm cannot function. Yes, any organization without staff is like mere skeleton. Without staff, organization is like just skeleton. Like the structure is ready, but there are no person to work. Activities of any business organization depends on staff. Yes, to complete any objective, to complete any task, staff must be there. Staffing is related with recruitment of employees for the right position at the right time in the right number with the right qualification. Now this is very much important. In staffing we have to recruit, we have to appoint employees. Yes, but that must be in this way, like employee must be at right position. Yes, that person must be appointed at right time. When there is requirement of an employee, at that time employee must be appointed. Yes, in the right number. If requirement is of 2 employees, so 2 employees must be there with the right qualification. As per position, qualification is decided. Yes, for example, to work as an auditor, person must have CA degree. Yes, so right qualified person must be placed at right position. It also includes selection, training, transfer, promotion, dismissal, retirement, and welfare activities of employees. There are number of activities like selecting employee, after selection giving training, transfer, promotion, number of activities performed under the function of staffing. If employees are satisfied, then they can work efficiently and ultimately it will lead to increase in productivity. If employees are satisfied, then they can work in best way. Yes, they can give their all efforts to achieve business objective. So ultimately who will get the benefit? The firm. Yes, firm will get the benefit of increase in profit, increase in productivity. Yes, staffing function deals with problems related to employees. All problems must be sought out. The success of any business depends on its employees. If employees are satisfied, they will work in best way and ultimately firm will get benefit. So the success depends on employees. At present, staffing also includes manpower planning, human resource development, evaluation of work, job analysis, etc. There are some other activities like manpower planning. Yes, how to provide training or which kind of training is required. Human resource development, how to develop our employees and their skills, their talent. Evaluation of work, job analysis, where their work will be evaluated. Yes, analysis of job. There is separate chapter of staffing, so we will study in detail with that chapter. Satisfied staff is an invaluable asset of business. As we know that success of business depends on staff, so staff is treated as valuable asset of business. Then fourth function is directing. It is clear with the picture that higher authorities have to direct their subordinates. Direction means to guide and supervise the employees for the accomplishment of objective. In the function of directing, higher authorities, the superior person has to guide and supervise the employees for the achievement of business objective. All efforts in previous functions become useless if the superior fail to provide proper direction to employees or workers. Whatever we have done in planning, organizing, staffing, all efforts will be useless if the superior is not directing their employees and workers in proper way. So the proper direction will lead to achievement of objectives. Direction includes various activities like to direct the subordinates, to supervise them, to give orders and instructions, to fix their work, to motivate the workers, to provide leadership, etc. Now, number of activities will be performed under the function of directing. Like the superior person has to give direction, they have to supervise that subordinates are working properly or not. Yes, they have to provide some orders, instructions, and continuously they have to motivate their subordinates, their employees and workers. Yes, sometimes they have to be stand with employees like a leader. Yes, so the employees will work in best way. Direction is continuous process. It is required at every level of management, whether it is top level, middle level or bottom level. Direction must be there, and it is continuous as one task or one objective is achieved, then to complete another task or to achieve another objective, again direction is given. Then fifth, controlling. Controlling is the function of maintaining balance among efforts, results, resources and objective. In controlling, there must be balance among efforts, whatever efforts are given by employees, results, what are the actual achievement of business, resources, available resources, materialistic and human resource, and objectives of firm. Controlling is the last function of management. Prior to controlling, other functions are planning, organizing, staffing, and directing. The function of controlling is to see whether all the business activities are done with the conformity of planning or not. In the function of controlling, the person has to see all the activities are performed as per plan or not. As per traditional concept, controlling means to have restriction on employees' activity, to have strict approach, provision of punishment or fine in case of employee making mistake, but it is negative approach. In traditional concept, controlling is just function of controlling employees. Yes, where employees will be under control. If they are making mistake, they have to pay fine or they will be punished. Yes, but that was negative approach. Controlling is a positive concept in modern time. Controlling is a corrective activity because the function of controlling is not to restrict the activities but to direct them in right direction if activities are not done as per planning. In modern concept, controlling is not the function of controlling employees. Yes, but in the function of controlling, the task is compared with plan. Yes, if employees are not working as per plan, they will get direction. Yes, so it is like a corrective measure. It is corrective activity. The function of controlling is to see that mistakes made in past are not be repeated in future. The main function of controlling is to see that whatever mistakes done in past, that would not be repeated in future. Yes, so for that corrective measures will be taken. I hope all the functions are clear to you. If you have any doubt, feel free to contact me.